Okay, random einfach irgendwo in der Nähe. Ist das nicht ein bisschen... So, bist du bereit? Lucifer.
Ich eigentlich, ja.
Okay. Ich bin noch nicht bereit. Ich muss mir hier so einen Helichur mitnehmen. Komm mal runter mit meinem Helichur. Dankeschön. Bist du bereit? Ich sehe, du bist bereit. Dann rein mit uns.
Ich hoffe, mein Arm macht da noch mit.
Das wird jetzt das Finale, denke ich. Da müssen wir jetzt durch. Das schaffst du, oder nicht?
Ja, wenn das letzte ist, ja, aber
ich glaube, das wird das letzte werden. Okay. Hilichul, bist du... Oh nein, der Hilichul ist nicht mit... Ach, der ist bestimmt schon vorausgegangen. Der ist zu stark für uns. Deswegen, der macht den Dungeon schon alleine. Deswegen haben wir gerade keine Gegner mehr. So. Ja, da musst du jetzt durch, Kumpel. Das wäre jetzt doof, wenn wir jetzt kurz vor dem Finale aufhören. Ich hätte jetzt keinen Bock, für das bisschen jetzt noch einen Stream zu machen, ne?
Nee, das ist mir schon klar.
Also ich kann mir vorstellen, wir gehen jetzt hier rein, holen Kachina raus und dann ist Abspann. Und Abspann ist ja dann wahrscheinlich eh nur gequatscht. Da wird ja dein Arm hoffentlich nicht wegrennen. Und wenn doch, dann wäre lustig.
That's because in the distant past, Natlan was home to an incredibly advanced civilization ruled by dragons. Humans only established their own society after the fall of the dragons.
So these are Saurian ruins?
Ich glaube nicht, dass sie von Sauriern sprechen, die meint echtes machen.
You mean like the elemental sovereigns? They had their own advanced civilization?
Yes, a really long time ago. Very few records have survived until now, so no one really knows what the devices here are for. These ruins have been abandoned for a long time, but with the recent increase in abyss activity, the installations around here have somehow been activated again.
So what you're saying is, we're not in for an easy trip to the Night Kingdom.
No. It's going to be obstacle after obstacle from here on out.
Genau, das was ich
Why are you all laughing like that? It's creeping Paimon out.
It's the pre-adventure excitement kicking in, right guys?
Of course. I'm eager to get started.
Then let's go. We won't let anything stand in our way.
Okay, bist du bereit? Teamarbeit. Alles gut, Lucifer?
Off we go.
Jojo.
Seems like the road ends here. How should we get across?
As a professional trainer, I think you could stand to build up your endurance, Paimon.
Professional trainer? Paimon thought you were a warrior from the Collective of Planning.
Well, that goes without saying. But I actually work as a sports coach. I provide professional guidance for many of Natlan's popular
Der Kleine
sports.
ist ein Sporttrainer,
And I don't just mean
natürlich.
physical training. I design nutrition plans as well.
Ah, so basically no sugar, no soft drinks, no grilled meat.
Yeah.
Those guys look familiar.
Ja, es sind Standardgegner, die einfach Abgrundaura haben.
Show no
Das ist
mercy.
sehr, sehr, sehr faul, dass wir jetzt endlich mal wirklich mit dem Abgrund zu tun haben wieder mal. Also jetzt nicht nur in einer einzelnen Quest oder so, dem Abgrundorden, sondern dem Abgrund halt an sich. Und dann kriegen wir nicht mal besondere Gegner davon. Schon ein bisschen faul. Wieso haben die diesen selben...
Everybody stand back! Shower me with praise! Time to shine! Wait, hear me! Gloves off!
Easy peasy. Okay, dann lass mal durch die Luft schwimmen. Hindernis hinter Hindernis, davon sehe ich bisher
Whoa.
nichts.
The place we need to go seems really high up.
Ich meine, wir können fliegen, also was ist das Problem? Hilichur, natürlich. Die mächtigen Gegner. Ich kann verstehen, wieso Natlan Probleme hat.
I swear by my sword!
Wie Energiekosten von Deas Ulti sind wirklich ein massives Problem. Selbst mit Bennett. Und Favonius-Waffen. Ist das unerwartet knapp. Wir dürfen jeden Dino einmal benutzen. Ich verstehe. Ich finde es nicht toll, dass mir ständig mein...
Time to shine!
Falsch.
You asked for it!
Easy. Bei dir alles gut, Lucifer?
Jojo.
This is the final stretch. We just need to climb up and we'll be there.
Klettern.
Nothing to it.
Easy for you to say.
Okay, angekommen. Das ist also das Abgrundportal.
This must be the entrance the Pyro Archon told us about. The one ripped open by the Abyss.
Yes. There's something in the depths of this place that feels familiar, yet also foreign.
We actually have to go in there?
Ja,
Okay,
YOLO rein.
Paimon just needs to psych herself up. Don't push her through before she's ready.
Ist mir egal, Alter. Ich werde nicht mal gefragt. Paimon hat gerade gesagt, nicht machen, bevor wir bereit sind. Und dann schmeißt es uns einfach hin.
Hey, you don't have to drag Paimon. You're pulling too hard.
Ich konnte nicht mal irgendwie eine Anrede machen. Was soll das?
Looks like we made it. This is the Night Kingdom.
It looks so different from what I imagined in the
Hier
stories.
ist überall Abgrundenergie.
That overflow of energy is probably what trapped Kachina here in the first place.
From this point forward, everything we know about the real world no longer applies. Anything
Okay.
can happen here.
Paimon's more worried about how we're gonna make it out. We obviously can't go back the way we came.
Do you see that patch of light on the ground? It's shining down from that fissure in the sky.
Oh yeah, right in front of us. So that's coming from up there?
Just like I said,
Das würde
our
Ausgang.
real-world knowledge doesn't apply here. We fell all this way, yet came out completely unscathed.
Ja, Sturzangriff, easy.
If this was the real world, we'd have to climb our way back up to the entrance. But here, all we have to do is stand underneath the light and
Was-
offer a prayer.
Okay, das ist convenient.
That's it?
Versuch jetzt nicht abzuhauen. Du wirst hier als erstes abnippeln. Wir brauchen schließlich ein Fleischschild.
Paimon asked.
So that means all we need to do is find Kachina and bring her to this location.
Easy.
Exactly.
Warum haben wir
This
ihr das
light
nicht
is streaming in
gesagt?
from the
Wäre doch
real
viel
world.
einfacher gewesen, wenn sie das
It's
einfach
a
selber
link
schon
between
macht.
the two
Dann wären
realms.
sie wenigstens schon mal auf dem Weg gewesen. Statt dass sie jetzt irgendwo in der Ecke kauert und wir sie nicht finden.
The terrain looks difficult to navigate, and the visibility's not great either. How are we supposed to find Kachina in these?
Yeah, these floating black things don't look super friendly either.
Those are all manifestations of abyssal power. Be careful.
Das sind alles Manifestationen der Macht des Abgrunds.
Ghost! A talking ghost!
Das war ein guter Geist, was?
Calm down, I'm here to help. You're the ones who helped Vichama, right?
Dann bist du wohl der,
Yes,
dessen Namen ich schon
I'm
längst
Vichama's
vergessen
friend,
habe.
Malco. I
Convenient.
was completely lost to this realm until I sensed a mysterious power calling out to me. It's like it was seeking me out, attempting to reassemble the pieces of who I used to be. Of course, it could only do so much. I'm sorry I can only appear before you in this imperfect form.
No, we should be the ones apologizing. If the Spirit Speaker's stone hadn't become corrupted by the Abyss, we could have done much more, but we had to destroy it. Otherwise, Vichama and his tribe would have been in danger.
Of course.
Natürlich.
Thank you for protecting him. Under the power of the stone, it felt like our souls were connected. Turns out even our regrets were exactly the same.
Whether in triumph or death, you want your best friend by your side.
Exactly. That may not be in the cards for us, but it's not too late for you. You're looking for a young girl from the Children of Echoes, right? She's being chased by an embodiment of abyssal power. I'd like to help her while I'm still in this form, so follow me. Be careful. This place has been severely corroded by the abyss.
Paimon didn't realize it had gotten this bad.
It's like a seething volcano ready to engulf our world at any moment.
Ouch!
Quick, get back here. You can't go wandering.
Du blödes Arschloch! Wieso lässt du sie denn sterben jetzt?
Attacks for the time being.
Das war enttäuschend. Die hat einfach meine Jean sterben lassen gerade. Weil er sein blödes Schild nicht vorher hochgemacht hat.
Keep this up. Let's try another route. This way.
Tor der Wiedergeburt.
Not good. More monsters.
We shouldn't waste our time on them.
Buckle up! You're dead meat!
Boom. Lebt noch jemand? Außer ich. Mal wieder ein Schild holen. Hier ist wieder dasselbe komische Zeug wie in der Mine.
Oh,
Da war derselbe Stein. Scheint wohl natürlich am Wachstum zu sein vom Abgrund.
Did you hear that?
Ich hab's gesehen, nicht nur gehört.
Never mind. It was probably just my imagination.
Don't scare Paimon like that!
I heard it too. It was a voice from the
Stimme
abyss.
aus dem Abgrund.
What did it say?
Doesn't matter. It certainly doesn't harbor good intentions.
Wahrscheinlich nicht. Reise, Lügen.
Paimon just heard it too!
Diese Reise ist also eine Lüge.
Let's keep going. Paimon wants to get out of this place!
Ich frage mich, was sie für eine tiefe Lore sich ausgedacht haben. Ich bin wirklich... Die Story macht mich immer noch ganz interessiert. Na. Okay, Kachina. Tot. Wie kaum
We're
umsonst.
here, Kachina! Honey? You made it!
Looks like our reunion will have to wait until we take care of these monsters.
Good idea. Let's go!
Und wir haben wieder dieselben Gegner. Wie immer.
Look alive! Shower me with praise! Let's light it up! Teamwork is dreamwork!
Oh, da kam nichts mehr. Wenn jetzt
here.
Ulti verschwendet.
You're finally here!
Naja, sei es drum.
Thank you so much! That monster can appear from anywhere. It almost caught me a bunch of times. The
Wyab's power helped keep me hidden, so I just tried to stay out of sight until you got here.
Had a girl.
Siehst du, die hat drauf gesetzt, dass wir kommen.
And most importantly, you weren't hurt.
Should we start heading back
Kleine
then?
Manipulatorin.
Actually, I have a request. Will you come visit the Wyab with me? I can't exactly put it into words, but something's wrong with the Ode of Resurrection. And I know it has something to do with the contamination from the Abyss.
That was the Pyro Archon's theory as well. Everything we've seen here certainly seems to back it up.
In the Night Kingdom, there are 6 main totem poles
sechs
representing the
Haupttotems.
Wyab of each tribe. You can think of them like
Kannst
the
du die als
body of
Körper
each
eines
Wyab.
jeden Wyab fälschen.
Additional totem poles, like the ones around here, serve as proxies to which the Wyab can extend their consciousness. There are countless proxies scattered around the Night Kingdom. Through them, the Wyab can extend their consciousness over the entire realm and track down souls no matter where they roam. But if a proxy were to become severely contaminated, then a soul could become lost within the Night
Ich
Kingdom.
denke mal genau, das ist passiert.
Judging by the current situation, I don't think we're dealing with just one contaminated proxy. Even if we could drive back the abyssal power from one of them, that probably wouldn't even put a dent in the problem.
Still, we can't just leave the Wyab to suffer.
Eines zu retten ist immer noch besser als gar keines zu retten, was?
I agree. We might even manage to draw out the monster that's been hunting Kachina. Getting rid of the monster might slow down the deterioration of the Night Kingdom.
Kachina? What's wrong?
Nothing. Just a headache. And that voice again, telling me to abandon the Wyab and leave this place.
Maybe we really should leave. Kachina's already been here for too long.
Ich stimme zu.
No, I'm fine. I don't plan on listening to
Na
that
gut,
nonsense.
wo ist das Totem?
I can hold on. Just up ahead. I'll lead the way. Besides, I can still fight, so please, help me out a little longer.
Listen to me, Kachina. We'll come with you, but that's because we want to help the Wyab, not because we have something to prove. You don't have anything to prove either. It's okay if you reach your limit. We'll be there for you.
All right, the sooner we get this done, the better.
We've already come all this way, so we might as well try to get to the bottom of this.
Let's go. This way.
I'll stay here and try to stall the Abyss monster.
All by yourself? That's too dangerous.
It's all right.
Ich bin
I
vielleicht
may
nicht so
not be
stark wie
as
das
strong as
Monster, aber
that
ich kenne
monster,
mich
but
mit
I'm
dagegen
definitely more
besser
familiar
aus.
with the area.
Außerdem
Besides,
bin ich schon tot, also wen kümmert's?
I don't have much time left.
Sag ich doch.
If you're anything like my friend, I'm sure you're not particularly fond of goodbyes. So go. Achieve your goal. And return to the world where you belong.
Genau.
Thank you for everything.
You're a true hero.
Thank you. No one fights alone.
Okay, es wird Zeit.
Does your head still hurt? Let me help you walk.
Ja, mein Kopf tut tatsächlich ein wenig
Fine,
weh.
I'm fine.
Aber wir bringen das
You
noch
should
zu Ende,
know
nicht
I'm
wahr,
made of
Lucifer?
stronger stuff than that.
Okay, das ist wohl das Ding, das wir reinigen sollen. So eine hübsche Gegend. Na, wenn ich dahin gehe, greifen mich diese Viecher wieder an. Also nein, danke. Dann reinigen wir mal das Teil.
Wyab? Wyab! I'm back! My friends and I are here to heal you. Wyab, can you hear me? Wyab?
Der großartige Geist dieses Ortes, Agent des Willens der Nacht.
So we were right. The contamination is already too severe. It's preventing the Wyab from answering our calls. All right, get ready, everyone. Time to purge the abyssal energy from this place.
Ich helfe, ich werd's aufessen.
Careful. We've got company.
Guten Tag. Und das ist jetzt ein bisschen doof. Ich hätte nur einen Wassercharakter
Already?
dabei.
You really think that puny soul
Come on,
could
cool.
slow me down? Courage in the face of futility is pure folly. He tried to get in my way, so I disposed of him.
You killed Malcolm?
Na, der war schon tot.
He would have dispersed with or without me. Rather than worrying about him, I would urge you to focus on yourself. You may have defeated others of my kind in the past, but underestimate me now, and it will be to your peril.
Bist du an allem schuld? Ein Standardabgrund? Wie auch immer die Feuerversion heißt?
No. The power of the abyss is intoxicating. The destruction it seeks captivates like a masterful work of art. I strive only for the opportunity to see it up close. Ich
dachte, dieses naive kleine Mädchen sei eine Ausnahme, aber es stellt sich heraus, die Menschheit ist nur ein Haufen Lämmer, bereit sich selbst zur Schlachtbank zu führen. Uiuiui.
That is the tragedy of your short lives. You understand nothing of all-encompassing power. Ancient names, pride, friendship, all empty ideas invented to give you a false sense of self-worth. The
Keinerlei Macht.
Pyro-Archon created those grandiose ideals out of pure selfishness. Anything to avoid sharing power. Anything to avoid handing over the primordial gift to ordinary people like you. Don't believe me? Then ask yourself, why is the Pyro-Archon strong beyond measure, while you, Kachina, remain so pathetically weak?
Ja, weil sie einfach stärker ist. Das ist dieselbe Frage, wieso gibt es Menschen mit göttlichen Augen und Menschen ohne? Das ist ein dummes Beispiel, was er hier nimmt. Sie ist halt super stark, genauso wie die Fatui super stark sind, also die 11. Genauso wie göttliche Augenbesitzer super stark sind und normale Menschen eben nicht. Nicht jeder kann die Spitze, kann an der Spitze stehen.
Kachina.
Ich finde, das ist ein ziemlich dummes Argument.
Give me your hand.
Weil wenn jeder genauso stark sein kann, dann wäre jeder genauso stark. Also, ne, wisst ihr, was ich meine? Also macht halt keinen Sinn, dieses Argument. Ein ziemlich dämliches Argument.
Feel that? I'm right here next to you.
Thanks, Moalani. You're right. I have nothing to fear. Because I'm not alone anymore.
Yay.
You're right. Maybe comforting ideals don't have any power. But you also couldn't be more wrong. You've never had to work for your own strength, so you will never understand the true source of our power.
What?
The courage we have to stand before you and not back down? It comes from our friendship. The power lies not in the ideal itself, but in our commitment to upholding that ideal, and in our decision to stand together and fight!
Well said!
Let's go, Kachina. It shouldn't take more than 2 of us to handle an enemy like this.
Sorry in advance, but you deserve what's coming to you!
There aren't many in Natlan who can beat us when we're together. It's time he got a taste of that kind of power.
Muss ich jetzt wirklich mit den beiden kämpfen? Ich muss jetzt wirklich mit den beiden kämpfen.
Check this out. Best of luck. Right here. Down.
Coming.
Carving wave.
From on high.
Ich kann das Ding nicht treffen. Oh wow, die haben den Schild echt klein gemacht.
Oh, we won! We actually won!
Ja. Gute Arbeit.
That's what he gets for underestimating you two.
Fantastic work, Kachina. Absolutely fantastic.
So, lass mich mal jetzt den Abgrund essen.
Unbelievably happy.
I'm happy too, Moalani. Together we really are unstoppable.
Ja, komm. Ich habe automatisch geklickt. Also bitte.
What's happening? My ancient name is glowing? But I thought I didn't bring it with me.
It's probably a projection from the real world. But that doesn't explain why it's glowing all of a sudden.
Wait, Does that mean you're...
That was a bold move, diving headfirst into the fire to save your friend, especially in a place so overrun with abyssal corruption.
Selbst hier machen sie nicht halt vor den Standard-Charaktermodellen. Man sieht es sofort, dass das dieses verdammte Banditenmodell ist.
Still, seeing you pull it off was really something.
Oh.
Everything you said was exactly right. As isolated individuals, we stand no chance against the power of the Abyss. It took years' worth of scars and lots of unnecessary suffering for me to understand that for myself. The Pyro Archon's plan will unite us as one. Everyone has a part to play. Only then will we have the power to defeat the strongest of foes.
Who are you?
NPC Nummer 333.316.
Tupac, a warrior from the people of the Springs. I fought against the Abyss during the invasion 500 years ago.
Riese, ja, ist auf jeden Fall
I've heard
groß.
that name before. You were the giant who saved all of Natlan.
Das ist übrigens die Höhe, die Größe, die ich mir von dem komischen hier, dem Anführer der Favonius vorstelle. Wie hieß er? Na komm. Willst du noch ein wenig meinen? Oh, verdammt. Wer schon der auf der Expedition ist? Lucifer? Hallo? Na toll, er antwortet wieder nicht.
Since
Na
you were
egal, ihr
able
wisst schon,
to
was ich mit dem nicht
awaken
meine.
my words from your
Waka,
ancient name,
glaube ich, war der Name.
that means you have fully
War ein
embodied
verdammter
the
Riese.
aspirations of
Aber
the
bitte kein
wild.
NPC.
Under the name Umoja, you shall unite the tribes and save Natlan from its impending doom.
Me?
As long as blood still runs through your veins, even the tiniest spark of steel against stone can ignite a flame. Its blaze will become one with our vision for Natlan. Even amid everlasting darkness, our bonds remain eternal.
Cool.
What's wrong, Moalani? Ah, so many memories. My brain was just flooded with everything he once knew. So that's what happened.
What do you mean? Did you just figure something out?
500 years ago, they foresaw the very crisis we're facing now. Efforts to save Natlan started all the way back then.
Wow, die hatten 500 Jahre
We can go over
Voraussicht
the
und die
details
haben
once
nichts
we get back.
hinbekommen.
We shouldn't linger here longer than we have to.
Ja, bedeutet, dass du bereits über alles Bescheid weißt?
I know bits and pieces, but I had no idea Mualani was also part of the plan.
This sounds like something that's going to need a lot of explaining. Let's focus on saving the Wyatt first.
Ich stimme zu. Dann können wir hier endlich die Sache zu Ende bringen. Alles gut, ich esse es, ne? Darauf wird es hinauslaufen, habe ich recht? Jupp. Ja, ich bin der Einzige, der das alles reinsaugt. Muss ich wieder Knöpfchen drücken? Nö. Bitte und nicht die Strahlen kreuzen.
That
Ja?
should be enough. Wyatt, can you hear me?
I hear your voice, Kachina, my dear child.
Great. Well then, I'm afraid it's time to say goodbye. I just wanted to make sure you were okay before we leave, but we can't afford to stay here any longer. I was going to ask why you bestowed an ancient name upon someone like me, but it's okay. I'll keep searching within myself for the answer. I'll never stop trying to improve my strength. One day, I'll live up to the hero you saw in me.
You are already an outstanding child in my eyes, Kachina. no matter what happens.
Huh?
You are all my most beloved children. It has always been my honor to protect and nurture you. Your ancient name is just that. A name. Much like your parents chose to name you Kachina.
Dieses Viop-Ding ist dann bestimmt der echte Arkon oder der ursprüngliche Arkon oder irgendwie sowas. Könnte ich mir vorstellen.
On who you want to be. You are already worthy of your
Lucifer
name.
ist einfach verstorben.
Now you need only devote yourself to becoming a better you. The story of your ancient name is for you to continue. Just like your parents, my love for you will never change. No matter what the future holds.
Thank you, Wyatt.
It gladdens me to see the Pyro Archon's plan move another step towards completion. But it is time for you to leave this place. The situation here is getting worse. Go now, my children. Save Natlan on behalf of all you hold dear.
I know we've never met before, Wyatt, but I just wanted to say thank you for encouraging Kachina. It was exactly what she needed to hear.
Whoa! What's going on? An earthquake?
We're out of time.
It's the power of the Abyss. Quick, we need to run!
Warum hat der Abgrund das nicht schon früher gemacht?
It's a Seelie! The Seelie opened the way for us!
Wow, wie random ist das denn jetzt? Ja, gut. Wie random, dass da jeder denn jetzt ein Seelie ist. Cool. Bin gerade am Abnippen. Oh, Steinchen. Okay, die Animation, wie die Dinger spawnen, hätten sie ruhig ein bisschen hübscher machen.
It's closing!
We need to hurry, or we'll be stuck here!
Oh Gott, ich bin da beinahe runtergefallen. Okay, das Licht. Ich glaube, das Licht bewegt sich.
Watch out for the falling rocks! Quick, through the middle! Come on, faster!
Ja, Paimon wird gleich verschluckt. Verdammt, wird aufgefüllt. Wie können wir das Ding nicht schießen? Blöd gelaufen. Tja, Ende der Geschichte. Das war Genshin Impact. Das letzte Update. Oh, ja, das war hier schon im Trailer.
You've done well. Now come home.
Ist das nicht eine echt dumme Idee, so ein Riesending jetzt aufzuhacken? Ich meine, wer macht das wieder zu? Du?
We're back.
Herzlichen Glückwunsch.
The Pyro
Cloud
Archon
Armor hat
saved
dich
us.
gerettet.
But she's not here.
Jetzt ihre Kräfte wieder
Yeah,
erlangt.
didn't she say she used it all up?
She's still in the Speaker's Chamber. What we saw in the Night Kingdom was just her consciousness.
So you're saying her consciousness did all that?
Every great display of power comes at a price.
Der Kachina müsste jetzt eigentlich abnippeln, so viel Korrosion, wie die abgekriegt hat.
Just hold on.
Ich wette, das wird niemals eine Rolle spielen.
Let's get back to the stadium. The Pyro Archon said she'd have a doctor waiting for us.
I recommend getting a full checkup, just to make sure no damage gets left behind.
Paimon feels okay. What about
Du
you,
bist ja auch
Traveler?
ein super duper Wesen. Mir geht's gut.
Right. You always
Ich
seem
fühle
to
mich
do
nur...
pretty well against the Abyss.
Ja, ich fühle mich besser denn je.
We need to
Der
share what we
Abgrund ist
learned in
einfach
the Night
meine
Kingdom as
Kraft.
well.
Right. The Wyatt mentioned something about the Pyro Archon's plan. What is it exactly?
I'll let her explain everything. We're all a part of the plan now. Every move we make from here on out will decide Natlan's ultimate fate.
Yay. Okay, ich denke jetzt Vergangenheit und Zukunft. Ich denke, das wird jetzt der Abspann sein. Mal sehen, werden sie es wieder machen, wie bei jeder Quest und den Abspann 3 Stunden Dialog machen? Das haben sie immer übertragen. Dass das Ende immer so lang gezogen wird und dann komplett an Fahrt verliert. Machen sie zumindest bei jeder verdammten, bei jedem verdammten Legendenauftrag von Charakter. Lucifer, bist du bereit, in die Kammer zu gehen?
Nope.
Okay. Na dann betritt die Kammer. Die ist hinten. Guten Tag.
Huh. There's a lot less stuff here than before.
Alles weg. Na toll.
It's good to see you all here in one piece. I know you must have a lot of questions, but let Koichi check you over first. It's best not to let any lingering effects of the Abyss go untreated.
Thank goodness you made it back. I came here as soon as the Pyro Archon told me about your plan. Take a seat, everybody.
Hat die ihre Kollektion geopfert, um uns zurückzuholen oder so ein Scheiß? Oder hat sie abgedankt? Und deswegen ist ihr Zeug weggeschmissen worden. Aber dank Chuyus umfassender Erfahrung mit der Behandlung bleiben die schädlichen Auswirkungen nicht dauerhaft. Ja, welche Überraschung. Konsequenzen, was ist das? Die Behandlung lindert auch Kachinas Symptome. Ja, Konsequenzen, was ist das?
All right, that should do it for now. But just to be safe, I'll perform another checkup in a couple of days. I have to say, though, I've never seen anyone react to the Abyss like you, Traveler. It's like you're completely immune to its power.
Ich esse es,
He always has been special like that. He can even purify its power. Wait, now that you mention it, Paimon doesn't think she's affected either.
Ja, weil du der geheime Super-Endboss bist und ich bin einfach ein Space-Alien.
Given the current situation, that ability will likely play a great role in the events to come.
Of course. I still have patients to see, so I'll head out.
Thank you, Koichi.
All right. We might not see eye to eye,
Ich nenne die
but we
einfach
both had
Chuchu,
good
das ist viel
intentions.
lustiger.
Just give it time. I'm sure we'll figure things out between us one day.
Ich hasse Namen, wo CH zweimal steht und musst du das eine so sprechen, das andere so. Das ist so doof. Wer hat sich das ausgedacht?
All right. There's so much to discuss, I don't even know where to begin. You've seen it for yourselves now. The devastation in the Night Kingdom. I'll get straight to the point. Natlan is on the verge of destruction. It's very possible our nation has less than a year before total devastation.
Das ist nichts Neues. Das war bei jeder Region so.
No,
Weniger als ein Jahr.
that can't be true, can it?
Ich meine, das hatten wir jetzt schon 5-mal oder 4-mal. Eine Mondstadt war am Rande der Zerstörung, weil Dwalin alle zerstört hat. Liyue war am Rande der Zerstörung, weil Child alles zerstört hat. Inazuma war am Rande der Zerstörung, weil Bürgerkrieg. Sumero war am Rande der Zerstörung wegen dem allen Mist, was die Weisen gemacht haben und letztendlich Scaramouche. Fontaine war wortwörtlich während der Zerstörung, wegen der Flutwelle. Also, kennen wir schon. Nichts Neues.
That's right. But I've only ever disclosed that fact to the handful of people working with me to save this nation. Our looming destruction is not a recent development, but the inevitable conclusion of the disaster the Abyss initiated 500 years ago.
Mualani told us a little bit about that.
500 years ago, all the nations of Teyvat were invaded by the Abyss. Unlike the other nations, Natlan never had stable and deep-rooted ley lines, so we suffered the worst of the invasion. The battle against the Abyss was exceedingly long and brutal. In the end, victory came at the cost of our civilization and countless lives.
Das ist doch unlogisch. Wenn das keinen stabilen Fluss hat, dann müsste das hier doch eine Ödnis sein. Weil der ganze Lavastrom, das ist ja alles Elementarenergie. Das macht doch eigentlich intern gar keinen Sinn, oder? Weil dann wäre ja dieses ganze Feuerzeugs überhaupt nicht so aktiv. Das müsste dann eher so sein wie zum Beispiel der Wüste. Da würde ich das logisch finden, wenn da gesagt wird, da gibt es keine stabilen Leylines. Aber hier? Geht das nicht gegen die Lore? Weil die ganze Elementscheiße, das sind ja von den Leylines. Also indirekt. Das hat ja die ganze Kacke hier quasi angefacht.
It took centuries of solving the disasters caused by the Abyss to finally achieve the peace we know today. And still, this is but a superficial victory. The forces of the Abyss have merely been driven back underground. Their threat to Natlan remains as real as ever.
I'd never have guessed.
The problems plaguing the Night Kingdom are all the more complicated because that realm is essentially functioning as Natlan's ley lines. Immediately after the war, our calculations estimated that we would have a maximum of 500 years before the Night Kingdom was completely lost to the Abyss.
Also zuerst sagt sie, wir haben kaum eine Leyline, und dann sagt sie, wir haben das Königreich danach als Leyline. Dann habt ihr doch eine Leyline.
But at that time, we were a nation of the destitute. Our people no longer believed in victory, nor did they hold hope for the future. Our civilization was dying, our faith crumbling, and the line of power passed down from the Wayab nearly severed. If we didn't bring the nation back together, it would be foolish to even dream of defeating the Abyss in the future. So, the Archon had a long and involved discussion with the heroes of each tribe, and finally came up with a 500-year-long plan to save Natlan.
So that's what happened.
Das ist eine echt
After
langsame
finding
Sau gewesen.
Gachina, I encountered a strange figure who gave me a series of new memories. Since the plan was mentioned in those memories, I guess I've been chosen to play an important role in it. But there's still something I don't understand. Those memories showed me the Pyro Archon from back then. And it was you.
Huh? But that doesn't make any sense. The Pyro Archon is supposed to be human. It's impossible for a human to live that long.
That's right. The hardest thing for humans to overcome has always been time. Or rather, the natural limitations of our lifespan. A god can extend a human's life by using a certain amount of divine power, or subjecting them to a curse. But, as we all know, Natlan doesn't have gods like that. We can only rely on our own methods. A human life is like a flame destined to be extinguished. 500 years ago, I placed my life within the sacred flame. Only by dying before my time could I have the chance to wake up again.
So, in other words, this is your second life?
Hä? Das heißt, sie hat jetzt den Titel für 500 Jahre schon drinne oder hat die den vor kurzem erst wieder aufgenommen? Jetzt verstehe ich gar nichts mehr. Das hätten Leute mitgekriegt, oder nicht? Oh, komisch. Unser Archon wird durch Kämpfe geklärt, aber seit 500 Jahren hat sich nie geändert? Hä? Jetzt bin ich verwirrt.
Yes. We only managed to defeat the Abyss all those years ago because the tribes came together as one. If the Natlan of the future was to have a fighting chance, the Pyro Archons that came after the war had to rebuild the decimated tribes. The goal was to reunite the people and restore the strength of each tribe's Wayab. Once a tribe was back to its full strength, the tribe's Wayab would select a hero, indicating the tribe was once again ready for war. The Chosen would then stand by my side in defense of our nation, just like great heroes of old 500 years ago.
So that means I'm one of the Chosen?
Ich würde gern wissen, was nun mit den anderen Arkonen ist. Ist sie, also, ich verstehe nicht. Ist die vor 500 Jahren abgenippelt? Dann hat sie Glück gehabt, dass die dadurch plötzlich jetzt als Gott wiedergeboren wurde? Und hat dann 500 Jahre gewartet, bevor sie sich den Titel wiedergeholt hat? Oder ich hätte da schon gerne eine Erklärung für, weil das ist jetzt sehr verwirrend, der Teil.
Right. You bear the ancient name Umoja, the same one held by the hero from your tribe 500 years ago. It means unity.
Ja, aber vor 500 Jahren hat der Held doch auch verkackt, also... Ist es nicht dumm, dich im Kreis zu drehen?
After your adventure in the Night Kingdom, I trust you've come to fully understand the meaning of that name.
So in other words, you always knew who the Wyabb were going to pick from each tribe?
Yes. According to the plan, each tribe was supposed to have been fully restored by the time I awoke. But something went wrong along the way.
Okay, wenn ich erwache. Ja, das ist aber echt Schwein. Also, wenn ich mich ins Feuer werfe, werde ich jetzt nicht als Gott wiedergeboren. Ich meine, wenn ich mal Zeit habe, kann ich es mal versuchen, aber...
The 6 heroes successfully inherited the ancient names from 500 years ago, but the intel regarding the plan wasn't passed on to them. Once again, it comes down to the deterioration of the Night Kingdom. Communication between the Sacred Flame and the Wyabb has been blocked.
Just like how the Ode of Resurrection failed to bring Kachina back.
Exactly. It's just another tactic the Abyss is using against us. The Abyss may not possess intelligence, but its methods certainly aren't easy to counter.
Es besitzt schon Intelligenz. Ich meine, wir haben gerade einen seiner kleinen Jünger besiegt. Auch wenn die vielleicht nicht direkt der Abgrund sind, gibt es sie als dennoch und die bringen mehr als genug Intelligenz.
If we want to unblock that information from being passed on, my presence alone isn't enough. The ancient name-bearer must establish a greater connection to their name. So, I've tried my best to help them from the sidelines. Currently, Shilonen of the Children of Echoes, Kinich of the Scions of the Canopy, and Iansan of the Collective of Plenty have all been acknowledged by their names. Okay. During your adventure, you too earned the acknowledgement of your Wyabb, Mualani. In the process, you gained the memories stored within your name.
Zwei bleiben noch.
But we have less than a year!
Yes, but we have no choice. We cannot start the plan until all the heroes have been gathered. That's also why I haven't been able to take action despite the urgency of the situation.
But if you knew this whole time, why didn't you just tell me about my role in all this? Wouldn't that make everything go a lot faster?
Perhaps, but the opposite could also be true. Knowing your destiny too early could mean failing to realize your full potential. Just like your determination to save Kachina, I hope your commitment to this endeavor comes from your own strength of will, rather than a sense of obligation.
So I suppose you're not going to tell us who the final 2 heroes are then?
That's right. Their time is yet to come.
Ist noch nicht gekommen.
Putting pressure on them beforehand will
warten.
only hinder their development.
Aber was, wenn sie es nicht rechtzeitig schaffen?
I can only trust in the judgment of the Wyabb. I have never believed I could solve this crisis alone. In fact, it was precisely because I chose to trust and rely on others that we managed to get this far. Natlan's salvation lies not in its Archon or any singular individual, but in us all. You're quite perceptive, aren't you? I thought I might get away with avoiding the topic.
Huh? Oh, right! All the stuff you stored here before, where did it all go?
Even though I sacrificed my power, I still needed a contingency plan to ensure you would make it back from the Night Kingdom. After all, I was the one who allowed you to take that risk, and Mualani has an important role to play in my
die
plan.
Erinnerung deiner Kollektion benutzt, um Kraft zu schöpfen?
In addition to their sentimental value, the items I stored here held a much more important purpose.
Brennstoff.
Fuel.
Okay, ich habe also recht.
Fuel? So back then, that's why you...
Yes. The stories embodied by those items are certainly
mein Mädchen
important,
zu retten, was nicht
but
mal
there's
Teil
an
des
even more
Plans ist.
significant trait they all share.
Ich weiß nicht, ob das war.
Every item belonged to a hero of Natlan.
Ja, die Waffe hättest du ruhig mir geben können, ne? Also, vielleicht habe ich ja mal in der Zukunft Nutzen für die.
Over time, they became imbued with a certain amount of contending fire from being carried in battle. On their own, each item's power is limited. But together, their combined effect can prove quite useful in a dire situation. By burning those items, I was able to activate the contending fire stored within them to open the boundary between the two worlds. It was a rather crude approach, so all their power was depleted in an instant, as you can see.
But aren't they all precious treasures? What about their stories?
That's exactly why I dragged you all here. No matter what, I never wanted the Pyro Archon to have to use that power. Oh, I'm so sorry.
You have nothing to be sorry for. You all deserve my thanks, actually. If you hadn't saved the totem pole, that area of the Night Kingdom would have been forever lost to the Abyss. And then, it would only be a matter of time before the Children of Echoes was met with disaster. Besides, when those heroes entrusted their belongings to me, or the Pyro Archon of their time, it was out of a desire to contribute to Natlan's survival. If they knew those items helped save the present-day heroes of Natlan, they would not mourn their loss.
Even when you put it that way, I still feel bad.
There's no need. Remember what I told you about time? The people and the events of the past are never truly lost to us. We simply carry them with us in a different form. In that sense, we didn't lose anything at all. If you still have regrets, let them fuel your resolve in the battles to come. Your deeds will become new legends and nurture new forms of power just like the items once stored here.
Well, we'd still like to...
Well, if that's the case, just treat me to a drink sometime. Now that Kachina has returned, we can finally hold the victory feast and celebrate your team's triumph in the Night Warden Wars.
Yay.
And we could all use the rest, that's for sure. Plus, you'll be able to silence everyone who doubted you once and for all, Kachina.
Still, now that I know the danger we're facing, having a victory feast doesn't feel right.
Try not to let it get to you. It's important to stay calm. Worrying about it will only affect your judgment. All right.
Na schön.
You should head out. I'll join you in a bit.
Okay.
When I was young, I used to sit by the hot springs and listen to the stories of warriors from all over Natlan. They attract people from all walks of life. Friends come easy here, no matter what tribe you're from. The people of the springs have never claimed the hot springs as their own private property. They are there to bring all hot spring buddies together. It's been really nice, seeing the children of my tribe get older. It's helped me gradually understand the true value of the springs. I've witnessed their energy, their determination, their absolute passion for life.
Ist das der Abschied?
Even when they cause trouble, I never managed to hold on to my anger for long. It's unbelievable how quickly they worm their way back into my good graces. I'm certain Mualani will become a great warrior when she grows up. She possesses infinite potential. I can see it. One day, when I'm no longer in fighting form, I'll come here and tell stories to all the children, just like those warriors did for me. So, you better get busy, Pyro Archon, or I'll end up running out of stories.
Oh dear, die machen sie wieder, das ewig in die Länge zu ziehen.
Our nation is engulfed in darkness. Our tribes stand divided, and yet you promise victory in the distant future. The Abyss is a cunning enemy, one that I face. My rage will never know absolution, and my power will no longer aid you in victory. But you came to me because you knew you could convince me with just a single sentence. I understand your choice. The heroes of today will forge the path ahead with blood and fire. Just remember to earn us the victory we are owed. Otherwise, rest assured, I'll find a way to collect the debt. For Natlan.
Okay, sie erinnert sich zurück, als sie diesen Plan geschmiedet hat. Ich finde das jetzt nicht unbedingt nötig, aber hey.
So, you're gonna head 500 years in the future to serve as the Pyro Archon again?
Mamachen.
But what about the you from right now? You're just gonna die?
You can't ask her those questions and expect her to answer, my dear. The decision is hers to make, and she deserves our support. We will do everything we can to rebuild the tribes. Don't you worry. Even across time, we will all do our part to fight for Natlan's future.
Yeah, Mom's right. We'll always believe in you, sis. No, seriously though, Dad should be here. Where is he?
I imagine he.
Weil wird keine Zeit mehr, sein NPC-Modell zu erstellen.
He chose not to come at all. Don't take it to heart, my dear. That's just who he is. Just remember, no matter what happens in the future, we will always love you.
I'll come find you one day. I know I can't live that long, but I'll think of something. Oh, there has to be a way for us to meet again one day. If there's an answer out there somewhere, I'm gonna find it. So, don't forget about me.
If that's your decision, then you have my full support, Archon.
May our children live to see such a lovely son.
For Natlan!
No one fights alone. The rules are my legacy. They shall grant us the strength to overcome the next tragedy.
War forged the 6 tribes, taught us how to fight, instilled in us what it means to love.
Who will be the one to bring this to an end?
We are the inheritors of memory and legend. Those who grew alongside sun and wind. Those who forged our own destiny and future. That is Natlan's fire. The lifeblood of our nation.
Nice. Geh zum Hotel und nimm ein Parkett Zeit. Das wäre jetzt ein guter Moment gewesen, um abzublasen. Aber nein, wir müssen erst noch Kaffee trinken. Ja, also das Ende von den Quests ist immer so unglaublich langgezogen, ne? Aber jetzt können wir nicht aufhören, sonst wäre es dumm.
You here for the victory feast too?
Oh, no.
Weil sehr viel länger kann es nicht mehr
Chaska
gehen.
would be here, so I just came to deliver some medicine.
Also halte durch,
I was
Lucifer.
about to leave, actually. No, it's not that I don't want to celebrate Kachina and the others.
Schaffst du, oder?
I'm so glad she made it back. It's just...
Lebst du noch?
Well, I'll make things awkward if I'm around my sister
Lucifer?
right now.
Ah, well, you two
Der
had a
ist schon
fight,
tot.
so Paimon can understand.
Der hat's nicht mehr
She
geschafft.
didn't cause any trouble during your trip, right?
Ja,
ich bin nur hier.
Okay. Endspurt jetzt, ne? Ich weiß, es ist sehr lang, aber... So, natürlich hat sie keine Ärger gemacht. Außer die Tatsache, dass sie nicht als neuer Charakter in meine Gruppe gesprungen ist.
Yeah, she was super helpful. She gave us a lot of useful information about the Abyss.
That's good. That's all I needed to know.
Is there a reason you asked? You were pretty outspoken when we first met, but now it's like you're holding something back.
Du kannst jetzt alles sagen.
Maybe it seemed unreasonable, picking that fight with her before you left, but I did it for a reason. Her impulse to fight is extremely strong.
Extrem stark.
Her mental strength helps her rein it in, but she still loses control sometimes. I had no idea what you might face in the Night Kingdom, so I didn't want to take any chances.
Als sie da war
So, what you're saying is-
für diese Auswahl, war aber kein Problem, was? Du hast sie absichtlich provoziert, damit sie diesen Impuls an dir auslöst.
Okay, so maybe it sounds a little stupid, but it works pretty well. It helps her keep her cool for a little while, at
Ein
least.
bisschen Sister
Anyway,
Zwist ist
I'm
sie
just glad
genug,
you were able
dann
to
kann
make
der
it back
Impuls ja
safe
nicht so
and
krass
sound.
sein.
That's all I wanted.
But do you really have to go that far? Can't you just talk it out?
No way. Chaska never opens up about her own pain, especially to her family.
Ja,
I
sicher.
appreciate the understanding, and don't worry. I'll find a way to help her ease this burden. Oh, and if you ever need a
Wenn ihr einen
doctor,
Arzt
you know who to
benötigt?
find.
Ja, nö, ich habe meinen eigenen Heiler.
Who would have thought there was a deeper reason behind their
Eine
argument?
Oberschwester.
Ja, in deinem Fall.
In the end,
Ich habe
it's all
eine
the
Jean
Abyss's
und
fault.
eine
Paimon's had
Corina und
enough
einen
of them.
Bennett. Ein Bennett in einem Krankenschwesterkleid. Das Bild hat sie gerade und es tut mir weh. Ah, natürlich. Die verdammten Tonschuhe, Alter, die machen mich fertig.
Let's give a huge round of applause to our brave young warrior,
Das ist ja nicht viel zu...
Kachina!
Ah, das ist ja wieder seine doofe Stimme, die sein ganzen Charaktermodell kaputt macht. Wir geben ihm so ein cooles Modell und dann verkacken sie es mit dem richtigen Stimme.
I'm so glad I finally made it.
I always knew you could do it. With so much potential at your age, you have a great future ahead of you.
You're
Also
one to
4
talk.
Sterne?
Don't
Nein.
think I didn't know you were the first person to abandon your team. I'll be dealing with you when we get back.
I had no choice. My friend invited me. I couldn't just say no.
Oh, really? So you weren't just trying to get ahead in the first round?
I wasn't, I swear. I just happened to find that bearer injured in the wild, so I stopped to bandage his wounds. When he insisted on repaying the favor, what was I supposed to do?
But the fact of the matter is that after your departure, everyone else started thinking about swapping teams too.
I'm really sorry, Kachina. It was wrong of us to abandon you like that.
Tja, euer Pech.
It's amazing that
Wer
you still
ihr mit
made
ihrem
it all the way
Team
through
gewesen
to the
hättet ihr
Night
Teil der
Warden Wars.
Hauptquest werden können,
That's
Idioten.
the highest honor.
So, what about you guys? Did you make it far?
Sofort raus.
Our team captain drank too much the night before the competition and turned up late to the stadium on the day. We got disqualified.
Serves you all right. No sympathy from me.
All right. There's no need to be like that, Uncle Pakal. Dear friends, I'd like to say a few words.
Bitte
Firstly,
nicht.
I'm grateful to my friends and our great Archon for helping to bring me back. This traveler and his companion Paimon are some of the strongest people I've ever met. If they were allowed to participate in the pilgrimage, I have no doubt that they'd win the whole thing. They've agreed
Nicht, wenn ich
to
ihn
let me
nutzen
learn
muss.
from them. With their help, I believe I can become even stronger still. And let's not forget my good friends, Moalani, Chaska, Kanich, and Ayan-san. They all helped the Traveler and Paimon figure out a way to bring me back from the Night Kingdom. They too deserve to be called our heroes, so please give another round of applause for them. Thank you so much.
Well said!
Yeah.
I'll drink to that.
Darauf stoße ich an.
How does it feel being a hero, Kachina?
Billig.
To be honest, it's a bit overwhelming. It all just feels so surreal.
Well, you better get used to it. Next up, undefeated champion!
So werde ich auch noch Trainer des Jahres.
Hey, please don't make fun of me.
Beautiful. Sprich mit Mavuika.
I've been through so much all at once. Everything still kind of feels like a dream.
Are you still feeling unwell?
Nope, all better now. I told you I bounced back pretty quick, so don't worry about me. I bet you guys must be tired.
Kinnich.
My apologies. I knew more than I let on. Everything comes at a price, and most heroes aren't people who set out to become a hero. If you cling too tightly to your goal, you end up losing things that are far more precious. But in any case, we're now on the same page. I wonder how long before the two final heroes appear. From the Flower Feather Clan and the Masters of the Night Wind.
Ich meine, Chaska ist natürlich der offensichtlichste Wahl von dem
find me in the
Blumenclub.
crowd singing and dancing. But after what I found out today, it's too much. I'm still trying to process it.
It does feel weird seeing you so out of sorts.
Sonst Fall ist auch nicht in Stein gemeißelt. Ich meine, ich habe den Scheiß schon 4-mal durchgemacht und jedes Mal hat es gut funktioniert, also wird schon gut gehen.
Is this another pearl of wisdom based on your adventuring experience?
Basierend auf die Tatsache, dass ich bereits 4 Regionen vor dem Untergang bewahrt habe? Ja.
Well, Paimon agrees with the Traveler. Everyone's
Was das nicht erwähnt wird, finde ich merkwürdig. Weil der Reisen müsste einfach so, ein Jahr? Pff, das ist doppelt so viel Zeit, wie ich beim letzten Mal hatte. Also in Fontaine hatten wir nur 3 Monate. Weil die Welle kam ja in 1.2, glaube ich, oder 1.3, ich erinnere mich nicht mehr. Also ein Jahr zu haben, ist doch noch Bombe dick, ne? Also wisst ihr, was ich meine?
You're right. Kachina looks really happy. And now I'm being the moody one. Enough doom and gloom. Time to shake it off.
Genau, einfach den ganzen Alk runter. Und dann klappt's schon.
It cost us a lot, but we got Kachina back safely, and that's what matters. There'll be even tougher challenges coming our way in the days ahead, though. We'll have to train harder, make sure we're in peak condition. That includes you, Paimon. I can do a special one-off session to show you the ropes. Interrupt.
Nein, danke.
It's rare to meet travelers as strong and brave as yourselves. I raised my glass to you.
Hast du mich eigentlich schon mal kämpfen gesehen? Ich meine, jetzt vielleicht im Nachtkönigreich?
Anyway, my sister's already gone back to our tribe. She has patients to treat.
Oh, we actually ran into her on the way here and, well, Paimon just thinks she really cares about you.
Yeah, I'm planning on visiting home myself in a few days. To tell her and the rest of the family that they need to be extra careful. I just hope they take it seriously. The Abyss has likely sensed your arrival in Natlan by now. So exercise caution on your adventures as well.
Jo, okay. Mavuika, jetzt bist du dran.
You're here. Have some fruit juice. I got it especially for you two.
Gib mir den harten Scheiß.
How did you know? That's Paimon's favorite!
You look like you've still got questions. Ask away.
Ist der Plan nicht ein wenig zu kompliziert?
Because they had their own lives to live. The thought of telling them, abandon your families and everyone you love, and come with me to the end of time. For in 500 years, Natlan will be destroyed. It seemed too cruel. You could just as easily point out that everything in this world would come to an end eventually. But life is short. And beyond a point, it just doesn't seem real. Imagine if I said, let's leave right now and go save the sun because it'll flame out in a few million years. It would sound quite ridiculous.
Ja, fair enough.
I couldn't make them shoulder that burden with me. Besides, every generation will have its heroes, this one included. The plan could still work without them. Or, of course, without me. But since I was the one who came up with the plan, I felt duty-bound to see it through to the end.
Wir werden sehen.
Paimon's suddenly remembering that portrait in your room. Was that your family from back then?
Yes, it was. So when you asked me who my sister grew up to be, the truth is that very little information survives.
Deswegen ist sie der Frage ausgewichen. Verstehe.
From what I've been able to piece together, I can conclude with a reasonable degree of confidence that she ended up as an architect and artist. She played an instrumental role in rebuilding the scions of the Canopy tribe, designing and building many houses. But of course, none of her buildings are around anymore.
Nein, war sie wohl nicht sonderlich gut im Architektenjob, was?
Still, it was an impressive achievement, and I'm very proud of her.
Es war also das Leben, das du hinter dir gelassen hast.
You feel loss keenly. It seems to stir up feelings of regret in you. But this is a war, and there can be no war without loss. I am already far more fortunate than those who lost their lives to the Abyss. The people of Natlan look to me as their Archon, and the weight of their expectations is mine to bear. I must see our fate through to the very end,
Genau das wollte
no
ich
matter
dich
what I may
fragen.
find there.
Wenn du bereits über das Schicksal Bescheid wusstest.
Yeah, doesn't that mean the way everything ends has already been written, including your plan?
I suppose, but so what? Don't forget, time takes many forms.
Ja, du
The
kannst die
past,
Zukunft ändern.
present,
Schon
and
klar.
future coexist, and all are equally important.
Ja, das hatten
Even
wir
if
schon
the
in 4
future
Regionen.
ends in destruction, there's still no reason to give up on the here
Ich
and
finde,
now.
der Plot ist
And
eigentlich
it's
genau wie der von
precisely because
Fontaine
we
bisher, oder?
humans cannot know our fate,
Geht's mir so.
that we will never give up on our struggle.
Eine ganze Region versucht sich gegen das Schicksal zu stemmen. Von bereits vorherbestimmter Zerstörung. Ich meine, hatten wir schon.
This is a
Mal
pivotal
sehen,
moment.
ob sich das
We
noch
are still
abkapselt.
2 heroes short. Well, 3 to be precise. There's one further hero who I'm hoping to get on my side. Whatever it takes. Your resistance to the corrupting power of the Abyss is truly remarkable. It would easily make you an all-important figure in the upcoming battle.
Ja, aber wenn dein Plan so toll ist, dann brauchst du mich doch nicht, oder?
If you agree to join us, you will not only gain my full support in your journey, but I will also forge a brand new ancient name for you.
Ah, lass den Kack stecken.
Ancient names can be forged?
They can. Several strict conditions must be met, but if they couldn't be forged at all, then the
Meine,
number
sind
of
wir
them in
unsterblich, wenn wir
circulation
in
would
Natlan
have long
sterben, was?
dwindled to
Obwohl bei
zero.
uns wird das bestimmt eh nicht klappen.
Possessing an ancient name would mean that your adventures in Natlan are recorded in full. Your stories would be remembered by our people for all the years to come. The Ode of Resurrection may have temporarily lost its power, but still, take this as my personal guarantee that I shall never let you fall.
Ich finde es toll, dass in der allerersten Story-Quest bereits die Wiederbelebung, die so ein dickes Ding von dem ganzen Natlan-Mist hier ist, ausgeschalten wird. Einfach, weil sie mitgekriegt haben, wie broken das wäre sonst.
Just like in the Night Kingdom, I will be there for you. That is a promise I will fulfill at all costs. This nation always honors its heroes.
Ich möchte einfach nur den Menschen helfen, du bist mir zu keinerlei Versprechungen verpflichtet. Eigentlich. Also nimm mal das zweite. Ich will schon was haben.
Wonderful.
Für meinen Job.
Then I'll reach out to Shilonen right away. She's the one who will forge the name. We've never forged an ancient name for an Outlander before, but I trust she'll find a way.
Oh, bitte spiel nicht dein Disco-Mist, wenn du das machst. Xylonen. Kapitel 5, zweiter Akt abgeschlossen. Nice.
My lord, we've received word that the Pyro Archon has lost much of her power.
Sag dich doch!
Although your injury complicates things, this is most certainly the opportune time to seize the Gnosis.
Victory and defeat are rules, not outcomes. I have never taken advantage of an opponent in a time of weakness.
Okay, du bist dumm, ich verstehe.
I don't intend to start now.
Okay, Capitano ist ein ziemlicher Idiot. Verstanden.
As for you, I must confess, I did not expect that little trick of yours to save the day.
No matter how dense the fog, as long as the sun remains, we cannot turn day into night. She could have dispelled it. She simply chose not to. You don't have much time, and you're injured on top of that. What do you plan to do next?
Cool übrigens, dass er sich eine Jacke noch gekrallt hat, bevor er sich verpisst hat.
I'm beginning to see just how useful you may turn out to be. You heard something from here, didn't you?
Ja, ich meine, ich habe mir das ganze Ding angeguckt. Was hast du denn erwartet? Natürlich höre ich alles. Jetzt bricht Capitano hier noch die 4. Wand. Das war's. Mavuika, hast du noch was zu sagen?
Something else you'd like to ask?
Über den Aufenthaltsort von Capitano.
Well, our intel suggests he hasn't made any new movements yet. Although Kenichi's investigation helped us confirm that he's being aided by someone from the Masters of the Nightwind.
Ja, das war dann
I'm getting
wahrscheinlich der
closer
Typ,
to narrowing down who
mit dem
that
er
may
geredet
be,
hat.
but it's still unclear whether this person aided the captain out of willingness or coercion. If you learn anything about this during your adventures, please let me know. Oh, something else you'd like to ask?
Über die Elementarenergie und den Abgrund?
The Abyss is the most formidable enemy in all of Teyvat. In the beginning, it took failure and tragedy to even begin to learn how to fight back. All of the methods you've seen in other nations were developed based on experience and insight passed down over generations. We know them to work, but few of us actually understand why. It's the same for the method we use here in Natlan. Ever since ancient times, elemental energy has been one of our most reliable weapons against the Abyss. As for the principles behind it, I'm afraid you might have to seek answers from someone older than the position of Pyro Archon itself. Oh, something else you'd like to ask?
Über die Abwesenheit von Menschen aus Natlan in anderen Regionen.
That also comes down to the long-standing effects of the Abyss. Our people's survival is inextricably tied to the
Und die
wild.
nippeln ab, wenn die Natlan-Falle passen.
But their power has its limits. They cannot offer our people the same degree of protection outside our borders. In fact, people who do decide to leave often suffer from memory loss and emotional issues. Everyone in Natlan understands this. That's why our people never leave without a good cause. Even if someone is left with no choice, the chief of their tribe must seek approval with the Wayab to grant them leave.
Lucifer, also nicht mit Mualani die Region verpassen, sonst nippelt sie ab.
And the Wayab have always been very strict about granting that approval.
Ich höre schon, dass du
Since
keine Energie
extending
mehr
protection
hast.
beyond our borders means consuming power reserved for our fight against the Abyss. Still, there's no need to worry. The Wayab extend their protection to all within Natlan, including visitors from afar. Oh, something else you'd like to
Das
ask?
wär's. Okay, das waren die Story-Quests. Sie war deutlich länger, als ich erwartet hatte. Zugegeben, wir hatten so circa eine Stunde an technischen Problemen gefühlt. Und Rumgedallere, aber ich bin ehrlich, ich hatte das deutlich kürzer erwartet. Und ja, es war wie immer, dass das Ende extremst in die Länge gezogen wurde. Ne? Ups. Was war deine Meinung? Vergiss nicht, dir die 500 Kristalle abzuholen, ne?
Ja, hab ich gemacht.
Was ist deine Meinung zur Story-Quest?
Off we go.
Gut, schlecht, scheiße?
Zum 50-50. Einige Stellen waren gut, andere waren kacke.
Das sehe ich auch so. War nicht die beste Story-Quest. Ich fand... Das Problem, was ich hatte, so viel Infos, die wir gekriegt haben, die gehen irgendwie gegen den Strich, wenn das Sinn macht. Nicht zum Beispiel das mit den Leyline und den jetzt trotzdem nutzen sie Elementenergie, um ihre ganze Kacke zu machen. Dann irgendwie ihre komische Sache damit, auch sie war der Archon vor 500 Jahren und das ist wieder. Und niemand weiß, dass ich... Und dann, ich bin an so vielen Sachen verwirrt und irgendwie war das komisch und ich weiß nicht. Ich fand auch mal einige Plotpunkte echt komisch gelöst, wie zum Beispiel hier Kachina. Dass halt am Ende nicht mal angesagt wurde, dass, oh, vielleicht lebt sie einfach noch. Ich meine, das war ja am Ende sogar der Fall. Und dann am Ende haben die NPCs so getan, als wären sie davon ausgegangen, dass sie noch lebt. Aber es wurde halt nie erwähnt. Was halt irgendwie komisch gewirkt hat dann am Ende, ne?
Jo.
Und dann, ich bin noch relativ passiv zu der Story von Natlan. Die finde ich bisher tatsächlich gar nicht so toll. Der Hauptplot von Natlan ist halt einfach nur wieder Fontaine-Plot. Ne? Oh, wir haben eine Katastrophe, die die ganze Region zerstören will. Hatten wir irgendwie schon, ne? Also mit der Flutwelle. Das ist ja dasselbe Prinzip. Also das hatten wir schon. Ich meine, das ist der Anfang. Kommt drauf an, was draus gemacht wird. Aber bisher bin ich so für Natlan. Nicht schlecht, aber hatten wir besser. Da fand ich... Ich weiß nicht, da fand ich das erste Kapitel bei Fontaine deutlich spannender. Ich weiß nicht. Vielleicht lasse ich mich einfach negativ von den Charakteren beeinflussen und die Tatsache, dass ich viele von denen nicht leiden kann. Ich werd das nicht ausschließen. Vielleicht lasse ich mich hierbei einfach nur beeinflussen. Also, vielleicht ist die besser, als ich zugeben will, weil ich halt die Charakter bisher nicht mag. Kann gut sein. Wir werden sehen, was die nächste Story bringt. Ja, die Stammesgeschichten, ich weiß nicht. Die werden wir jetzt leider verpassen. Also, ich habe keine Ahnung, wie das nun mit diesen Belohnungen hier ist. Da steht halt, dass das Bonusbelohnungen sind. Also nehme ich mal an, dass wir die jetzt verpassen werden, weil ich werde jetzt nicht morgen noch einen Genshin-Stream machen. Also entweder würde ich das offscreen machen, was ich nicht möchte, oder gar nicht. Schade um die 60 Kristalle. Kann ich mich natürlich selber für anmaulen, weil ich hätte mehr als genug Zeit jetzt dafür. Also das mit Mualani nicht wirklich, aber wenigstens hier hatte ich jetzt wirklich genug Zeit. Aber es ist halt, wie es ist. Und da kann man halt nichts mehr machen. Wir haben jetzt wenigstens die Hauptstory gemacht. Und wie gesagt. So, hatten wir besser. Wird bestimmt auch besser. Aber irgendwie, es hat für mich nicht geklappt. Irgendwas fehlt dir da. Ich finde einfach, Hast du meine Antwort? Ich kann es gar nicht, ich will das gar nicht weiter erklären, weil ich habe das Gefühl, dass ich nur Scheiße labere, wenn ich weitermache. Ich habe ja meine ganzen Kritikpunkte während des ganzen Spiels gegeben und ich denke, mehr muss ich nicht sagen, bevor ich mich jetzt irgendwie wiederhole oder irgendwie mich falsch ausdrücke und das dann irgendwie komisch rüberkommt, möchte ich es lieber hierbei belassen. Das neue Update kommt übermorgen, oder nee, Mittwoch oder so, ne? Und jetzt kriegen wir noch eine Chefroute. Aus gutem Willen. Jetzt kriegen wir noch eine Chefroute. Aus gutem Willen. Ich mache nicht weiter. Ich würde nur verlieren. Ich krieg nur noch eine Shogun. Und dann verkacke ich mir das 50-50, das ich mir, glaube ich, aufgebaut habe. Nee, oder? Bin ich 50-50? Weiß ich gar nicht. Okay, war der letzte Shogun oder war der letzte Dings? Ich hab's vergessen. Ich hätte so ein Pech bei diesen Beschwörungen. Shogun! Also es ist nicht garantiert. Naja, immerhin. Und dann haben wir doch noch jetzt Glück auf eine Chefroute. Ach Mann, nicht mal für den verkackten 4 Sterne kriege ich hier irgendwas. Komm, wir machen, bis es wieder wird. Als Abschluss. Und zwar jetzt. Dankeschön. Bitte den Chef. Ich hasse dich, Genshin Impact.